Good morning. I hope they know what they are doing over at the Mayhem Empire. I hope Rich Froning knows what he's doing. In 2020, when Eric Rosa bought CrossFit, I think that was the same year Austin Malleolo was hired to work at CrossFit. I think he was in the training department before that. And then Eric Rosa hired him, and he's flourished in that environment of gobbledygook corporate talk that never says anything and just stays above the water line at all times and never says anything that anyone can glom onto. Do you guys understand what I'm talking about? Do you know that kind of talk? It's the talk that when you say something, but you don't actually say anything, and then the person who's listening fills in the talking points with what they think that the speaker is saying. They call it reading between the lines.
Right.
And really, it's just bullshit. It's that you're afraid to really say anything because you have no values, you have no mission, you have nothing going on, and so you're just trying to appease everyone and play it safe. And Austin flourished in that environment of bullshit gobbledygook. I want change. I like goodness. We know right from wrong. I'm happy to be here. We're moving forward. And all these people are making up their own shit of what that means. I know right from wrong. They just make up their own shit. I'm going to move forward. They make up their own shit. And so you're talking to people who are stuck between their ears, and what they do is they transcode everything you're saying, but they attribute it to you. And so you can't miss. But people who really listen are like, what? That fucking person said nothing. That person said fucking nothing. It's worse than nothing. Where did Malleolo touch Sevan? No, my roots with Austin are great. I remember him popping onto the scene early. Typical story of a CrossFitter, someone whose life has gone completely fucking sideways, finds CrossFit and it changes their life completely. It's not that he touched Sevan, it's that he didn't touch Sevan clock. Yeah, maybe that's it. Yeah. Road trip with Austin. Road trip Austin with compression. It is the word salad shit is crazy. The gobbledygook, the fact that he flourished during the Rosa years should be a big, big, big concern for anyone. Anyone who flourished during the Rosa years should be a big fucking concern. It's a bad sign. You remember what happened to Emily and Haynes? They flourished in those years.
Do you think it's like a defense mechanism for him? Like he doesn't really know what to say, so he just says something because they put him on the spot? Or is that like
no, he's
broad strokes, everybody does that? Everybody in corporations.
Well, Dana White doesn't do it. Elon doesn't do it. Greg never did it.
Okay.
Dave doesn't do it. Rich doesn't do it. It is, yeah, ooga booga is more effective. Yeah, it is crazy ooga booga talk. This is the second clip I've seen of him speaking where I'm like, oh boy, what the fuck has Rich got himself into? This is a fucking mess, what I'm about to show you. I think this is in Europe at the Coaches Congress. Europeans probably love this talk. They probably love this kind of fucking nonsense. Everyone thinks they're so smart because they think they understand the person. He's trying to earn a spot for himself at Mayhem. Not surprised he's speaking so vaguely.
I mean, he's already got a job there. What else is he doing?
Here we go. Here he is.
It's our responsibility to share these with you. That's the purpose of this discussion. We think about
share what with you. Okay, he's going to tell us the purpose of the discussion.
What is Project Mayhem? What are we doing at Mayhem?
What is Project Mayhem? What are we doing at Mayhem? Okay, sure, I'd love to know.
It's just that. First off, share
it's just that. Filler words.
What we've learned.
You're going to share what we've learned. Okay, now you've said like 5 fucking things that have explained you're at the 50,000 foot view. How about just come down a little bit and give us something? How about you shoot a bear or something? Or tell us that it's God first or something. How about you just say fucking one thing?
And just be unbashful about it.
Okay, you're going to be unbashful about it. Okay. Okay, here we go.
From our values to our learnings and why.
Okay, your values and your learnings, but what are those? Okay, come on, let's get to it.
We believe that what we're doing today is probably going to look a little different in 3 months, 6 months, a year, and we're going to be okay with it.
And the gobbledygook starts.
What the fuck does that even mean?
And the things we are going to do are going to change, and we're going to change, and we're going to change, and we're going to change.
But we're going to use our
we
experiences for the change.
Questioning.
We encourage questioning. Okay.
Challenge, because that's how we get better.
Oh, Jesus Louise. Jesus Louise. You know what it is? It's you know when you're in the second grade and they teach you how to write an essay, and like the first paragraph is this, and the second paragraph is this, and the third paragraph is this. And then he goes, in the first paragraph, this first sentence in every paragraph is what's going to tell you what's in the paragraph. This is all just first sentences. This guy never makes it to the second sentence in a fucking paragraph.
Damn, that's a really good point.
It's just. In fact, it's the only way. We should never blindly accept.
What's the only way? Questioning? Okay, we know that.
Everything. And it's okay to change your views on things.
Okay.
Who would have thought? But we have to continually go through that process. Why? What's the stimulus? What's the adaptation? We have to ask that question. All right, we have to tweak what we're doing to get a better adaptation from a business perspective, from a coaching perspective, from an athletic perspective. That is the essence of the growth mindset. It's the essence of continually working to increase that work capacity across our lifetime. And I believe that that's something that our community respects. That's something that we need. And sharing this with others. Like I said, I would say this is the 1%.
Share what? I have fucking nothing yet. What the fuck am I supposed to share from this fucking clip? Cliche after cliche. This is a fucking disaster. Who the fuck chose this clip? Listen, here's the deal. Rich comes along, amazing CrossFit Games champion, amazing community member, does everything he's asked by HQ, stars in a great movie, does all the fucking events and hugs the babies and kisses the kids. We know what he's all about. He's never shy of being very, very clear. God, family, fitness, loyalty. When he comes on the show, he speaks with insane clarity. He doesn't, if he doesn't want to answer a question, he just doesn't answer it. 99% of the time, he's willing to go to the uncomfortable places. And now this, and let me remind you, a couple weeks ago, Rich was on a podcast, and my takeaway from the podcast is, no matter what happens moving forward with HQ, we're breaking off. I'm open to someone saying that they had a different interpretation of it, but the question was something along the lines of, look at, here's some specifics. Even if they're wrong, here's some specifics from me. This is how you talk to people. They said, hey, what if they make Dave the leader? Would you stay? And he's like, basically said, fuck no.
Yep.
And he was, what if it goes like this? No. He basically saying they're going to break away. Then they hired this guy over from CrossFit, this Rosa-ite, this fucking Eric Rosa, mini Rosa. Austin Malinoza. And now he's just talking gibberish. He was this guy worked under Jay DeCoons. He did something with the affiliates. Maybe he was in charge of affiliates in North America or something like that. But this guy flourished in the Rosa years, and that makes me fucking trip. And I also want to say this. When Greg posted the Floyd 19 clip, this guy worked for the fucking training department. Maybe he was even a flow master. And the training department was one of the main financial engines of CrossFit HQ. And this guy and Denise Thomas allegedly organized the trainers to try to revolt and to try to tell Greg, hey, if you don't step down, we're going to fucking all leave. And one of your engines is going to turn off. Allegedly, he was the fucking ringleader of starting that. Now, Dave told him to stand down. And on the other hand, you have Rich Froning who's saying loyalty is a premium for him. Let me tell you something. If they lie for you, they will lie to you. Lao Tzu. We know who this guy is. But I guess he said people can change. Maybe he's talking to himself. Maybe that's why he's saying people can change. Maybe he's talking to himself.
Yeah, he said people can change their opinions, right? It's crazy.
There it is. That's where Austin touched Sevan. You're welcome. Two Toes. Rich has little trust that HQ will get their act together no matter who is in charge in the world we live in. What does that even mean, though, to get their act together? How is Mayhem is flourishing? What does that even mean? Hot take. Rich is selling, not CrossFit. Of course, that is something that has not been talked about. But if you are in the rumor mill, you've definitely heard that one. That is one that I've never heard said out loud, but is whispered in the hallways many times. Rich turned on Greg too. Rich's situation was a little more complex.
Was it?
Uh-huh. With Rich, there was a straw that broke the camel's back phenomenon. At least maybe that's my justification for still loving Rich so much. Listen, everything has gone downhill since Greg left. The grass was not even a little bit greener on the other side of the hill, and everyone knows it. And everyone who's there is basically just surviving. Basically, what we're watching is we're watching a lake dry up, and there's no sign of rain. And everyone knows that as long as private equity is in charge, we as long as there's not a single person ownership and takes CrossFit back to a value-driven company, we're fucked. That was the attraction that so many people had to CrossFit. It was value-driven. It was a revolution. It was like, hey, it's this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. I'm sure that's why Rich loved it too. He's value-driven.
Yeah, there's a direction. Like there's a complete standard across the entire
unwavering
methodology.
Unwavering.
Yeah,
we squat below parallel. Sugar's bad, and constantly varied movement executed at high intensity.
Even though Rich doesn't squat below parallel anymore.
Yeah, this thing is a mess.
If not less, because you're here. You got to share this with others. We will lead from the front with that. We won't stop. And
you're going to lead from the front with what? With what?
With the change.
You've said nothing.
This is just the beginning. But again, it only works.
It's just
trickles out even more. Simply put, we're better together than a fragmented, disjointed community. We believe it's our.
That part trips me out a little bit.
As he begins the process of fragmentation, he says we're better off as a community.
Yes, exactly. It's like an us versus them kind of thing.
Sevi, you're taking this totally out of context. You haven't seen the entire piece. Sure, you're right. Okay. Was this a long speech? Fair enough. I'm open. I saw my kid do that yesterday on the pull-up bar, by the way.
Throw his feet up on the pull-up bar and just
he was doing toes to bar, and he put his fucking toes up there and just chilled.
Jesus.
I was like, I don't really like that.
Yeah, I'm stressed.
And here the NPC starts speaking. Better together. I'm so excited. And then here comes the emoji crowd. Look at this is the WTF postings. Look at the black hands clapping, the clapping, the fire emojis,
the hearts.
Better together.
Yes, preach. Yes, queen. Oh my God, I love it.
God, Rich, I hope you fucking know what you're doing, dude. I really fucking hope you know what you're doing.
Fucking brutal.
There was another clip that Dents played. I'm sure it's not up anymore, but it was more gobbledygook. Maliolo gobbledygook. Malioza. Eric Rose's little protege.
That's a good nickname, Malioza.
It is. This thing is this is off to a really bad start. This is a mess. A mess. And I'm going to tell you something. In 2018, when Greg said the cat's out of the bag, we have nothing else to offer the affiliates, and that basically paying your affiliate fees is just a brand loyalty payment, and all I can do with your money is litigate, legislate, and educate. No one ever changed that. The only thing that stopped is when Greg sold the company. the legislation and the litigation and education stopped, except of course when Eric Roza told all the affiliates that they should shut down during COVID so that they can swing a deal with the government and get money from them, which as far as I know never transpired into anything. And brave affiliates like Diablo stayed open and said, fuck you, Rosa. And the good news is we have seen the media machine fire up. I saw a great video of Hattie Canyo doing her level 2 little reel.
That's awesome.
It is going to be really, really, really tough to find someone who can keep the community together and be honest. Because there's so little to offer the affiliates in something that's concrete that so many people need. There's so little to offer the affiliates in something that's transactional.
Right. They offer more. They are capable of reaping more value from those things than CrossFit is from providing them.
Explain that.
Like, if I go get my level 1,
yeah,
I can go out and get $150 from 20 people to teach them how to do CrossFit every month.
Right.
Whereas me paying CrossFit $1,000 is like there's a cap to how much they can provide educationally.
Right.
And then I'm able to just go out and use that.
It's kind of like the I can't think of the organization, but make up any nature organization, right? Where your parents, like my parents used to do it, like an envelope would come once a month and my mom would write a check and send it to like the Sierra Club, right? And it's $25 a month, and you don't get anything from them except you get you get stickers with your name on them, that you can put on envelopes. I don't even know if people do that anymore. And basically what you're doing is you're giving that money and belief of the organization and what it stands for. And it's going to take a really strong leader and very strong person to come to terms with that's what CrossFit is. And they're going to have to be a great speaker. And they're going to have to be someone who constantly gives the visions to the affiliates in a way that they're like, yeah, I'll spend that $4,500 a month to hear someone say, we fucking believe in health before everything. And we believe in personal accountability and responsibility of taking care of our health. And hey, these are our values. And we need someone to repackage that to the fucking affiliates once a month in a fucking speech. And that's pretty much all HQ can offer right now in that respect. Of course they still have the L1, the IP around the L1, which is hugely valuable.
Right.
Yeah, you feed 20 children in Uganda. Yeah, you just have to believe that. Hopefully you never look into their books and find out that 95% of that money is going to the admin and only 5% is going to feeding the kids.
And all the children are disappearing across Africa randomly.
I'm telling you, Maliola will not be that person for Mayhem. And, maybe they have the secret sauce and they figured out what they can offer to affiliates to keep them together. But it's going to have to be a really charismatic leader who's really value driven, who really can drill down and speak to things that are actual matter of fact and not that gobbly corporate crap that Malioza speaks. Oh, that's going to stick.
Yeah, I think so.
Malioza. You'd think we'd crack the problem of distinguishing between bots and real humans and boot bots and sites. Maybe they don't really want. I don't know what that means. Fuck, you were on a roll saying good shit. Oh, you're talking about in terms of the emojis. I mean, those are just that's just all the idiots post that who heard what Austin said and think that he actually said something. They made up some shit that he said. He didn't say anything, but they don't know that because they added their story to it. Really what he was saying there, anyway, you could just make up the most crazy shit you want.
You could make up anything. You could listen to that and be like, oh, well, Mayhem's going to start doing seminars and they're going to start cultivating more affiliates. And now everybody's just going to be Mayhem affiliates. And we're just going to still preach the methodology, but we're not going to call it CrossFit. We're going to call it.
That's
Mayhem.
how I read.
Mayhem.
That's how I read into it. But the thing is then what are you going to offer the affiliates afterwards? Because it's not going to be that fucking guy. If you keep letting that guy speak in the front, if you keep letting that guy, maybe you should put that guy in an office and let him do numbers or something. I don't know what he's capable of. Malioza's capable of doing, but you better fucking give him something besides speaking in the front.
I mean, that guy's been around forever. I think he could probably pick up on a lot of things. He just doesn't know what the fuck he's. I don't know. Just
those idiots ask ChatGPT, say something supportive about this post. Yeah, and then it tells them to do 3 fire emojis.
Well, I think Instagram also just prompts you with 3 fire emojis. Like that's like the automatic response is like
the go-to.
Yeah, it just gives you like a list of emojis to respond with, and then that's what people choose.
Let's see. I have not listened to this, but this guy is fucking great. He's been on the podcast. He's one of my favorite guests. He runs the affiliate programming. His name is Darren Hunsucker. Let's see what already he said more than Maliolo. He's already at the fucking 500-foot level. He says, when you do a program, here we go. Let's listen to what Hunsucker says. Here we go.
Program, you want to use that program as framework. Okay, meaning that it's not a set in stone structure of where you read it and you regurgitate it back out to your class, and that's exactly what you have to do. You want to make sure that if your athletes walk in that door, you have that program set, but you feel comfortable and flexible enough to adjust it to make it fit them. When you're doing a program,
already 1,000 times more information than Malioza gave.
Yep.
Let's see if this is Rich is working out. That's what Rich is given. It's this is the Coaches Congress in Europe.
I think those are supposed to be squat snatches.
Everyone eventually moves like an old guy. Wild. It's wild. It's wild. It's wild. I really hope they know what they're doing with that guy, putting him up front and center, letting him fucking open his mouth and saying nothing. Mr. Thomas. Hi, Sevan. Praise the Lord in this beautiful day. Yes, that's going to be 75 in Santa Cruz today. I'm taking all the kids and Greg's kids to the beach. I'm pumped.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm really stoked.
What are you guys going to do today? Just run around and play football or what?
I'm sure. Well, they'll probably make me play a lot of two-hand touch, but also they'll have other friends there, so I probably won't get sucked into as much shit. I'll probably just go out in the water and swim. Tony Blay, remember when Austin made all his members get the jab to attend his gym? Yeah, I remember something like that. I remember something he worked at some gym that had that rule.
I thought we debunked that, but I know he was still part of that.
Yeah.
That issue.
I don't think he was as much to blame as we originally thought, but yeah, he was part of that crew.
I think you ass-pounded him for like weeks on that, and then finally he's like, yo, dog, that wasn't me. But, I mean, he was still like head coach of that gym.
Sevan, my favorite all-you-can-eat sushi spot shut down for cockroaches. I need a new sushi spot. Oh, that's tough. Hey, that happened to the Thai restaurant at the bottom of my street. It shut down because of all the cockroaches. Super popular spot. It was always weird going in there because they serve so much fish, and then they had fish tanks everywhere.
Why is that weird?
Because they weren't like fish like that you were eating. They were like pet fish, like from the store. So it was always kind of weird, like, you know what I mean? Like
when they run out of the store-bought stuff, they just start dishing into the aquarium.
You start serving guppies. Amanda L, we are a Mayhem affiliate, and they're doing good things for us. Excited to hear what Project Mayhem is. Yeah, what are they doing for you? They do amazing programming, right? Yeah. But running an affiliate program where you pay $100 a month for programming versus asking $4,500 a month it's a big difference.
Yeah.
Right now for 6 years, CrossFit's been coasting. Is it 6 years? Yeah, 5 years. CrossFit's been coasting.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't like what Greg did, which I hated, of getting rid of the media team, he still was giving vision in 2018-19 until the day he sold it. Don't forget about the 5 buckets of death. Yeah. And what are you? It is a great show so far. I agree. What are you going to do? It's not enough just to give great programming. CrossFit gives great programming with the cap also.
Yep. Yeah, buddy of mine runs he's like a head coach or one of the coaches at a gym down in their Mayhem affiliate as well. I was just talking to him about it. Like, what is that? Like, do you find value in just being a Mayhem affiliate? Or like, do you find the value in being a CrossFit affiliate? It's like, I don't see the point in being a Mayhem affiliate without, or using Mayhem programming without being a CrossFit affiliate. Like the value is in being associated with CrossFit, not necessarily being associated with Mayhem. It's like, yeah, it helps because then like, okay, now I can use their programming and my athletes like it. They're fine. They're seeing progress and I can kind of tailor it to what they need. But like everything that I'm going to get otherwise is going to come from the name CrossFit and being associated with it.
What was CrossFit CF offering affiliates in the past that they're not offering now? Asking because supposedly we just de-affiliated because of this. There was a massive amount of media. There were 100 full-time and part-time and contracted people just working on media, pushing media constantly. What morons call marketing because they don't know the difference. And then in 2018, that shut off, but we still had the vision from the leader. Constant drumbeat of the vision. Now we don't have any of that. Now we have, what's it called? Platitudes? Is that the word? What were platitudes?
I think
platitudes. Remake or a statement, especially one with moral content. No, we don't even have platitude. We've lost the
vapid statements. Is that?
It's just been coasting on old Greg Glassman shit. And of course, it is fun being a part of the organization. It is fun waving the flag that you're a CrossFitter. You know, everywhere you go, you're probably the fittest person in the fucking room. You're the only person who can do 10 unbroken strict pull-ups while singing the Star Spangled Banner. You know, you're part of a group that has personal accountability and responsibility. You can wear the clothes because you know you do the hard work, shit like that. But the all of the fights and standing up against the giants in the space, pushing back against Facebook, Google, Big Pharma, Big Food, all that stuff gone. None of that. It's all gone. And now it's just coasting on the platypuses. Yeah, there's nothing. I'm not saying anything disparaging about the programming. There's great fucking people over there. They have an insane fucking media team. They got a fantastic leadership from Rich Froning, Darren Hunsucker, Rory McKernan. They got a great podcast with those people in DeChico.
Yeah.
They got Scott Vandersloot. They have commitment. They have consistency. But if you're going to actually run the affiliates and you want it to be successful and feel like a community, I'll give you something as simple as this. You're going to have Rich come out and do a fucking morning prayer every morning for the 5 a.m. class on a live YouTube channel. You're going to have to fucking give something, or else it's going to be nothing. They're going to fall into the same trap that CrossFit did. And that shit that Malioza is saying, people are going to see through that really quick, and it's going to be a fucking feeding frenzy from the fucking media of how he's just full of bullshit. It's going to be WTF talk.
Mayhem's going to be a mega church like Joel Osteen.
Yeah, I'm all for it. Go for it. At least that would be cool.
Sure.
You're gonna have to offer every morning. Here's the prayer. Work out with the Lord. Make sure you squat below parallel. Remember, your fitness is tied to your spirit. I mean, fuck, I don't care where he takes it, but it better be something.
Yeah.
Because it is not going to be sustainable. As great as Mayhem is, it's not going to be sustainable as the CrossFit brand. They have a massive archive of evergreen content. That is not what the Mayhem media space has. The Mayhem media space has great content. It's not evergreen. Sevi, what's evergreen? Just stuff that's timeless, that you can just go back and watch over and over and over and glean the truth from. Like the Bible's evergreen. It could be a good t-shirt. Lateral burpees for the Lord. No question mark.
For the Lord.
Cannot have someone in the front doing the fucking corporate gobbledygook. That shit ain't gonna fly, man. That shit ain't gonna fly. I'm really curious. Hey, and there's got to be, I'm not the only person who sees that. There's got to be people at Mayhem who see it too, who are going to be like, uh-oh.
Well, I wonder, like,
And he's taught.
who-
And he go ahead.
who's seeing that? Who's like, okay, we're recording Austin Malleola's talk, and we're gonna cut it up, and we're gonna throw it up on Instagram. We're gonna make it a reel.
Yeah,
Who's seeing that and saying, yes, we're gonna post that?
I don't know.
And that's what's gonna get everybody rallied around it.
I was
Like,
wondering
hey,
the
dog,
same thing.
do you even know words? Do you listen to these words?
Yeah. Well, that person might be an NPC too. They might be just making up shit in their head what they think he's saying.
Well, and they probably have a better idea of what he's saying than we do. But even then, like, zoom out, be a third person, and try to figure out what the hell he's saying. Like, you go to church and you know what they're saying, what they're reading the Bible.
Yeah.
They're gonna read a passage for you, right? And you're gonna go through that passage, and they're gonna break it down exactly. They're gonna tell you what the story is. I'm gonna say, this is John 3:16, and we're gonna talk about blah 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 blah. And then if you're gonna read that passage, the freaking priest is gonna step up, and they're gonna start talking, and they're gonna say, John 3:16 is talking about whatever the fuck John 3:16 says.
Then they should hire a pastor and tell us what Malleosa said.
There you go. if that's what you're doing, if Malleola's the one writing the Bible, then you got to have somebody else. You got to have a pastor come out and try to interpret it for everybody.
Is this what Khalipa tried to do with NC Fit? Maybe.
I just found out last week there's an NC Fit in my town. Thought that was wild. I didn't know those existed anymore.
Do you think Don talking with Rich is going to change anything? No, I don't even know. Did they talk? I don't know.
Did you see Spin's post? Here, I'll pull it up.
No, it's not going to change anything.
That's just so
Rich is at his wit's end for whatever reason. Something has pushed him past the point of what looks like return, and it looks like he's gonna make some sort of leap or big change. Don Fall just offered to sit down with Rich Froning, Coaches Congress in the UK, United Kingdom. That's the country that arrests people for. The United Kingdom is the country that arrests people for social media posts, and also yesterday in Parliament, they tried to ban interfamily marriages, and the Prime Minister vetoed it in the UK. Supporting incest in the UK. Rich is doing a talk, and it came up about conversations and working together. And Don from the crowd said, "Let's sit down after and apologize for not doing it sooner."
I feel like he's like a year too late, maybe longer. Because I imagine
once you play your hand, there'll be no going back. And I've never seen the grass greener on the other side. So that's why I say I hope Rich knows what he's doing, but sure as fuck that Malleosa isn't the guy to take him there. Because shit that comes out of a cow's butt will feed the lawn, but shit that comes out of a human's mouth will not feed the lawn. Yeah, this is the 100,000-foot view, right, Kevin? It's because CF didn't sell to someone Rich can get behind. Yeah, but we don't even know what that means, right?
Yeah, I mean, like
what? Like what did they knew for him to get behind?
He wanted to get behind himself. I don't see that as him. I don't know Rich very well, obviously, but I just don't see him wanting to do that.